are you an animal?
Man was first the animal, but now the future is different. Now the man is not an animal. First it was an animal. So lion and crocodile are animals.
What kind of animal was man before?
First he was like a gorilla.
Okay.
The man cannot be the animal because he has brains.
As a part of our research study, we asked class 4 students, all living things can be grouped as plants or animals. Which of these in the list below are animals? Fish, fly, man, lion, grass, crocodile. We also gave them 4 options. A. All are animals. B. Lion and crocodile are animals. C. Lion, man and crocodile are animals. And D. Lion, man, crocodile, fly and fish are animals. The correct answer is D. 53.8% students answered B, which means that they do not think that man, fly and fish are animals.
Class 3 NCERT textbook clearly states, in the book, animal is used for insects, birds, reptiles and mammals. At this age, children cannot easily classify animals into different categories. Try to find out what children understand by the word animal.
A man has 2 legs, so it can't be an animal. Human beings can't be animals because they can't like them, they can't walk like them, and they are not like that. They don't eat such things. That's why and lion, crocodile can eat anything. Man also can eat anything, but not like they don't like crocodile. They are not like they don't dress up like crocodile. We are humans. We are not animals. We were animals once, but now we are humans.
Yeah, but still, in spite of everything, all the information that man is never considered as an animal. When somebody behaves in improper manner, you say don't behave like an animal.
Because lion and crocodile are both animals only. Because fly is a insect which flies. It cannot be a animal.
Okay. Shashank.
The grass and the fly aren't animals.
The grass and the fly are not animals. Okay. Why is the fly not an animal?
Because it's an insect. So it's an insect. It can fly. All elements cannot fly.
So anything that can fly is not an animal.
Most of the animals have only 4 legs, and all fly and all those insects have 6 legs. Fly is insect, and fish is not an animal because it cannot live without water. Few animals can swim in water, like the water snake.
Okay. So water snake is an animal?
Yep.
Okay, but fish is not.
No,
Okay.
it's an aquatic creature.
It's an aquatic creature.
Because the fish is a mammal,
Okay.
and the fly is the insect. Man is a human being.
Children start getting familiar with plants, animals right from grade 1. They see pictures of plants and animals found around them in their books. But just as they find it difficult to see that grass, trees, vegetables, all are plants, they even find it difficult to see that crocodiles, humans, flies, fish, all are animals.
If you see carefully, there's a hidden clue in the question itself. Did no student figure that out?
Yes, there is a clue in the line. It's like written, all living things can be grouped as plants or animals. Here it is said that they can be grouped into two various things. So here we can consider, now we know that plants can be not there. Then it comes on to fish and fly. I think fish is not an animal because it doesn't have 4 feet. It can't move. It doesn't have feet or anything. it can move, sorry, and that's why. And fly because there are rules. An animal can be only four-legged, and a fly has six, and then or any other insect. So I think the answer is B, lion and crocodile. Because crocodile, I think, is because it is as well. It's on land as well as in water, and it's got four legs. And lion, everyone knows that it's an animal.
If a child with such a misconception at this age will have to be really dealt with. Otherwise, this child, I think, is having, I told you, tendency to take his or her own version of what is being told.
Children develop different prototypes for animals in their mind. Based on what they've observed around them in their textbooks, they seem to be developing a mental model for those animals. So they may say that an organism is an animal only if it has four legs, or only if it lives on land, or only if it lives in a jungle. And when we ask them whether something is an animal or not, they seem to be relating that organism to their mental picture and confirm whether it's an animal or not. It's a part of the normal developmental process that happens in children, and it's okay to allow them to make such mental models, but it's equally important that we correct such notions scientifically at the correct age.
If the teacher knows that the child has this problem, only then can he or she guide that person properly. Now,
we looking at a question like that, or putting forward a question like that, we get to know where we stand when we delivering to them. So consciously we have to make an attempt to make sure we are addressing it regularly. A very simple thing which everybody should know about. But then when do we ask them these things? When do we put it forward? How do we know whether they know or not? We taught it once and we don't have it as a question anywhere. We don't have it in a textbook or being asked in a test or no. So how do we know?
And fish is not an animal because it cannot live without water.
Okay, so you are saying that fish is not an animal because it cannot live without water. So all animals can live without water?
Flies and insect.
So insects cannot be animals.
And they fly. But we can't fly. Monkeys can't fly. Lion can't
What
fly.
about birds? Birds can fly. Are birds animals?
Both are animals.
But they can fly.
Crocodile is an animal. Even man is an animal. Then fly is an insect. Lion is an animal. And fish, I'm confused about it.
because now they are forced to think, now they are confused. So if there is a confusion, obviously they will try to find out the answer.
Because fly is an insect and it comes inside the animals group. A man was first an ape, that's why it comes in animals group. Lion it is an animal and fish is an aquatic animal.
Okay. So, fly is an insect, no? But you're saying
It comes in animal group.
insect comes under animal group. Okay.
Classification is an important scientific skill. Students should understand that when we classify objects, we look for specific characteristics in that object and group them accordingly in a specific class. For example, they know that flies an insect or humans are mammals. But it's okay to know that, but it's equally important that they realize that there is a hierarchical system that exists. And if a fly is an insect, it's obviously true that a fly is also an animal, because after all, insects and mammals are subcategories of that broader category called animals.
What we saw in the student responses over the last few minutes was that students have certain mental models, ways of thinking about the world, certain ideas, and clearly these ideas are not what we intended to pass on to them as teachers or interested adults. These are ideas children have found by actively trying to make sense of what they are seeing around them or what has been taught. What is, however, important to understand here is that the instinctual reaction of adults or teachers when they see these kind of responses is to say that, let me explain this again, let me explain this more clearly, 2 times, if not thrice. This is bound to fail. So what we find is that it's extremely important for a teacher to listen first, find out what is already on the child's mind, to then help the child to review the correctness of this idea, weigh it against other ways of thinking, other mental models, to really be able to say that no, this didn't work and this is a better way of looking at things. And our hope is that teachers start doing this based on seeing films like this. You have seen just one concept, but there are several such ideas across class levels, across topics. And this is our hope, that teachers will become active listeners and we will have a chance to teach our children better.